we're making seafood risotto today, starting off with these lovely king prawns. Now, you want to buy the ones with the heads on and the shells on. Normally you'd throw the shells out, because they've got so much flavour, they're going to make an amazing stock for our risotto. In order to prepare your prawns, you have to rip the heads off, just simply turn it off, just like we did with the lobster, but it's obviously a lot smaller, and then just peel the shells off like this. And I like to keep the tail on, because I think it looks really nice on the plate. So I'm going to take the head off and then just remove all the shells up until the tail. We've made risotto before on this show. We've made the arancini for Mattia's challenge for Hexclad. And like I said in that video, there's so many different variations of risotto you can make, and this is just one of many. Right, okay. Just cut down the spine with a little small knife. Open it up. You see all this? This is all full of grit, and is actually the shit sack of the prawn. So you see that? That is not pleasant to eat. So you just got to remove them. There we go. Okay, cut to montage of me removing the intestinal tract of a prawn. Right, oil into the pan, and this is veg oil. Shells in, and while those toast off, dice up our veg. An onion, a carrot, half a fennel. Damn, that didn't work. Let that cook down for a little bit. Add half a chilli and garlic. Chop up a beef tomato. About half a teaspoon of tomato puree. We're nearly at the fun bit. Have we done a flambe with you guys before? Not yet, this is the first time. Right.
First flambe.
You probably should move the camera. You might want to, because the flame's going to go up here. I think we should move the camera. Now we've got the health and safety out of the way, go in with a little bit of brandy. And the fun bit, flame that off. Now the flambeing is optional, it doesn't make any difference, but if you're trying to impress your friends at home, it does look quite cool. A little bit of wine, bring this up to the boil. So just going to cook off that alcohol. Transfer this into a saucepan. Top your stock up with a little bit of water. And don't forget parsley stalks. Another ingredient that normally gets thrown away, but use them for your stocks because they give you great flavour. Bring that up to the boil and then just simmer it for about half an hour. Every risotto starts with onions or shallots, in this case both, because I didn't want to kind of waste that. So 2 shallots and half an onion. Make sure that it's really super fine. Wow, really smell the brandy. Into a hot pan, add some butter, a little bit of veg oil, onions and shallots, a little bit of salt. Cook these down until they're really nice and soft and they have no bite left. So while the onions kind of sweat down, dice up our chili and our garlic. Give it a good smash. Little touch of salt onto the garlic and then using the side of the blade to kind of mush it into a nice smooth puree. Cook that down for about a minute, going with our risotto. If you don't like wine, you're teetotal, or for religious reasons, you can just use the stock, but traditionally, you have to use a big glass of white wine. Just wait for this to get hot. I want the when the wine goes in. The While that bubbles down now, focus on our stock. Drain it over a sieve. Use a spoon to kind of press out any liquid left. That is kind of like liquid gold. Get as much of it as possible. Basically, just going to keep adding small amounts of stock into the risotto, cooking it down to a dry pan, and keep doing that until we've got a nicely cooked risotto with a little bit of bite. Keep stirring it. Also, I forgot to add just a little bit of tomato puree. This is going to help with colour and flavour. Normally takes around like 10-15 minutes. So you get a bit of a facial in the meantime. Am I looking red? Am I not? As you can see, the rice is starting to plump up as well. I'm just going to get ahead with my parsley. I'm really happy with that. So, turn it off. God, it's nice being in the fridge actually. Oh yeah. Okay, so I need butter. I need lemon. Every risotto is finished with a little bit of butter. And I'm finishing this with a little bit of lemon juice as well. Finally, just a little touch of parsley, salt, pepper. Mix that through and then just pop a lid on and just let it relax, let it have a nap while we finish off with the seafood. So for the seafood, we've got some lovely squid. Remove the legs from the bodies. What's great about squid is that it is actually really cheap and you buy them in frozen and that's not going to affect the quality of the meat at all. So leave the tentacles whole and cut the bodies into these lovely little rings here. These are just going to finish the risotto. A couple of tablespoons of veg oil into a hot pan. Get your section nice and ready. So, prawn, squid, garlic and chilli, cherry tomatoes and our chopped parsley. And finally, a little bit of lemon. And because seafood takes not a lot of time at all to cook, you want to make sure you've got everything ready. Lovely king prawns, a little bit of salt. The squid, cook them for about a minute or so. Garlic and chilli. The bodies of the squid. Cherry tomatoes, parsley. Finish it with a little touch of lemon at the end. Now we're ready to plate. Load on all these lovely prawns, squid, tomatoes, garlic. And that is my summer seafood risotto. Now the fun bit. It just tastes like holiday, that. You get that prawn flavour throughout the whole dish because that's stock with the shells. It's really easy, so give it a go. Let me know how you get on.